Governance Network project is one of the unique projects. The reason being, here the media is made a partner in a decision-making process. What we thought by including media into the forum structure was to ensure that it would increase awareness about the plight the urban poor suffer and go through. Second, we also thought that it would add a component of raising accountability of government action and transparency of decision-making process. At the same time, it would also ensure that the voices of the urban poor are heard while the decisions are taken regarding issues that affect their lives. We also thought that it may evolve into a friendly relationship among the government, the media, and the urban poor. What we thought by doing this film is to bring to you the views of all the actors that were engaged in the Magnet Forum, who would talk about what they felt, what they saw, and what were their expectations about the role that the media would play into a partnership in decision-making process.
The Pune Magnet Forum was initiated in February 2001. It evolved as a partnership between the Pune Municipal Corporation, represented through the Municipal Commissioner, the local media, the NGO Shelter Associates, and the local action researcher. The forum had chosen the rehabilitation of Kamgar Putala slum as its pilot project. Unfortunately, the Municipal Commissioner was transferred. In the absence of cooperation and support from the new commissioner, the project had to be withdrawn. It was then shifted to Sangli, where the Municipal Commissioner of Sangli Miraj Kupwad Municipal Corporation was interested in working through the forum structure. In Sangli, 22% people lived in 99 slums spread across the city. Sangalwadi is one of Sangli's notified slums, located just off the Islampur highway. The 59 households have no access to toilets or electricity. The Tasgaon West settlement faces the danger of waterlogging during rainy season. It is not a notified slum and lives in a constant fear of eviction. It has no facilities such as toilets or water. In both the slums, women expressed community toilets as their most pressing need. Hence, the construction of toilet blocks was taken up under the Magnet Forum. The residents of the settlements were totally involved in supervising, guarding the material, and in providing unskilled labor for processes such as curing. The toilet blocks were completed and inaugurated in October 2002. The most unique feature of this project is that it has been perceived and completed as a partnership effort between the people, the local government body SMKMC, the NGO Shelter Associates, and the local media.
This experiment was the first of its kind, where the media and the civil society came together. There were a lot of expectations from the media.
Various projects are carried out. The role of the media is of two kinds, either as a spectator or as a critic. But being a member of the forum has given a specific interest.
They had taken lot of photos. I get the newspaper Kesari and my neighbor gets Lokmat. So we see both of them.
I was happy to see myself in the news. Being uneducated, I was not sure what I said was right or not. When it was printed, it boosted my confidence.
What we mean by media, the entire press people, or the electronic media also for that matter. So they could have played the role as a whole. But unfortunately in this project it didn't happen.
If this was a big project, everyone's contribution would have been more.
Only 2 members from the media side were the members of this forum.
Indian Express.
These items were covered in the English newspapers like the Indian Express and the Times of India, but their regional language affiliates did not cover the news. Everyone may not be interested, there may be a little aloofness on the part of the other media.
As an NGO, I definitely expected them to raise awareness and also to become watchdogs.
The special attention by the media to these two slums had its own positive impact.
For us, it was particularly interesting because this was not the first time that we were negotiating for service delivery. Often, whenever we went with the community people, sometimes we were not entertained. When the media was on it, I found everyone got to air their views. The local government representatives were more guarded.
The media definitely has an effect upon the politicians and the bureaucracy. Media helps in creating awareness and public opinion, and that in turn has a definite impact.
Even if the media did not do anything and just sat on these meetings, it made a great impact as far as transparency was concerned. The kind of transparency that came into the entire project, the rate at which we could get around issues, the speed, I think all this improved tremendously because of the media being on the forum directly.
Even then, we cannot say that media was fully involved in decision making.
The presence of the media, for some reasons, couldn't carry as much weight as it should have.
The project was small, well defined, and everybody wanted to do their best.
Any criticism from media part didn't arise.
I would not say that we praised them much.
I feel the media didn't play proper role.
We became members of the forum because we were convinced of the merits of the project and not because we just wanted to meddle into social work. So it was not as if we had shared our objectivity when we became part of the organization. We were hoping to be kind of facilitators. And had we been outsiders and not been part of the forum, would have made any difference at all? I don't think so.
There was no restriction that we should not criticize the project. As a media, that's our job.
We knew what we were getting into, so we were in a way prepared to pitch in whatever was required from our side.
Our Pune experience showed us that the media not only were reporters, but they went also out of their way to become enablers for service delivery. In some cases, when we found local councillors putting obstructions to the process, some of the media members used their good offices to try and circumvent that, to get around the situation. I also thought that the media got sensitized to the issues of service delivery. It raised an awareness amongst all the other forum members as to what kind of problems exist in service delivery, how you start looking at the issues of service delivery. What can be done even by them?
Because of being a forum member, I became aware that the municipal corporation must be made to implement relevant solutions.
After the project was completed, because of the exposure some of the media members got, they went on their own and covered more stories. The other slum pockets were taken up by them, and they carried out stories about lack of service delivery. To me, this is a great step forward.
Sakar published a long series of articles on the problems of urban poor. When one newspaper takes up an issue, the others follow suit. One of the objectives of the Magnet Forum has been achieved through this. People's problems have to be conveyed to the government, and the government has to be sensitized towards them.
All of us are aware that very often there are changes at the bureaucratic level, transfers taking place. But when there's a forum in place, it also ensures that the projects continue. And this was our experience in Sangli. Commissioner got transferred. In no way did it cause any hindrance to the functioning or the continuation of the forum. So this body allows you to continue work irrespective of what changes take place. at the bureaucratic or the government level and ensures participation, everybody takes on responsibility for whatever is the outcome.
All the formality were skipped only because the funds have come from outside. As we find this project to be a success story, it may not be the repeated story in other cases.
This idea will actually be tested when bigger projects of this kind are funded either by the corporation or the government.
I'm convinced after having been part of two forums that this is a very, very good way of getting things, initiating projects in the city and could be replicated. It's a very, very replicable model. We are trying out a similar model in Khuldabaad. Personally, I think wherever it's possible, Shelter Associates would definitely want to carry out projects through a forum structure like this.